So if you're wanting to start a business in Saskatchewan and one that's relatively easy to get into, low barriers to entry, and you want to specifically set up one where you don't have to charge PST to your clients or your customers and remit that, what are some options that meet that criteria? Well, for starters, this video is just for general education purposes. I recommend verifying this information before you actually engage in business activity because these rules can change. There can be gray areas. So I will leave a link to the PST bulletins in the video description below. And again, I recommend verifying that. So anyways, in this video, I just want to talk about a few different business ideas that you could start where you don't have to charge PST, especially in some cases. And all these businesses have pretty low barriers to entry, so you don't need a lot of, specific education or money to get them started. And before I list them, I also just want to mention that the other way to avoid PST would be to be considered what's called a small trader, which I made another video on, and you can check that out where certain types of small home-based businesses are exempt from charging PST. Now, regarding the different industries or different business types that you can start where you are mostly or completely exempt from charging PST, well, some of those options would be things like snow removal and lawn care services and some property maintenance services like removing waste or debris or garbage. And for these ones, you can just check out PST bulletin number 12 to find out more information. There is some nuance to it as well, but generally speaking, those types of services are PST exempt. Now, some other options for businesses would be like certain types of cleaning businesses where you're cleaning residential properties, where you're doing carpet cleaning for residential properties, where you're doing cleaning for fire and flood damage, or you're doing exterior pressure washing for residential or commercial buildings. Now, our PST system gets a little bit crazy when it comes to cleaning because for commercial cleaning, typically you do have to charge PST, whereas for the other services I mentioned, like residential or residential carpet cleaning, you don't have to. But when it comes to commercial, if you're doing the initial cleanup on commercial construction, then you're PST exempt. So if you're starting a cleaning business, I recommend, digging into that bulletin and finding out when you have to charge it and when you don't, because it is pretty nuanced. And for cleaning specifically, it's bulletin number 61 that you'll want to review. Now, some other businesses that you could start, other services that you can provide that are PST exempt would be like DJ services. So if you're a disc jockey, going to events and providing that as a service, other personal services like if you're a tattoo artist, that is, as of to date, PST exempt. Another one would be towing and boosting of vehicles. And these ones can be found in bulletin number 46. Now, some other personal services that are PST exempt would be like education services in the form of like one-on-one tutoring or personal training, like fitness training or lifestyle coaching. And then also certain types of aesthetics, like if you're doing, eyelashes or nails or things like that, those are generally PST exempt as well. And those personal services can be found on PST bulletin number 36. So these are just some examples of business ideas or services that you can provide where you don't have to charge PST in most cases. Again, make sure you familiarize yourself with the PST bulletins. And one thing to note is that even if you are setting up a business and you're providing a service that's PST exempt, you still need a PST number and a PST account in Saskatchewan, which will be automatically given to you when you actually register your business with the ISC. Now, the thing is, you probably won't be given a vendor account, you'll just be given a consumer account if you register a business in one of those industries. And that consumer account is in the event where you're purchasing certain assets where PST is not charged, you might have to self-assess and pay PST. Whereas if you're just providing these services to customers or clients that are PST exempt, then you won't get a vendor account and you're not required to charge PST or remit it to the Ministry of Finance for PST in Saskatchewan. So hopefully this video was useful. And again, I will leave a link in the video description below to see those different bulletins for different industries and services. And feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel here where I currently have over 230 videos that cover business startup and business management topics. And many of them are Saskatchewan specific and Canada specific as well.